me.com. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey, y'all. What's going on? It's your girl BondyBlue. I'm back, bitch. It's me, babe. Hello. It's me, babe. It's me, baby. Okay, listen. How y'all doing on this good Tuesday? I have had, girl, a day. All right. It wasn't bad or anything, but I didn't sleep good last night. So I had to take a nap, and the nap ran late, girl. My mama needed me to help her with something. I had to go to the dentist this morning. There was a lot of stuff going on, girl, but I'm here. I'm here, and I'm glad to be here, and I hope y'all are glad to be here. Now, listen. Before we really get into it, I just want to do something with everybody. Okay, hello, people. Come into the room. How are you? How are you? All right, now, girl, this right here is my website, bondyblueshow.com. Now, you have three options here, girl. Okay, you can be a member on YouTube, or you can be a member on Patreon, or you can be a member of my website. This is the website. So, this is what I want everybody to understand. When you become a member of this here website, you go to shows, you go to member exclusive content, and this is where you will find the members only. This right here is a members only from last night, girl. This is the last Love and Hip Hop. Okay, this is the last Love and Marriage Detroit. I didn't feel like rewatching Love and Marriage Detroit episode 3 because it was boring to me. Maybe I'll circle back around to it and give y'all Love and Hip Hop and Love and Marriage Detroit in the same one. But either way, last night we had a members only, and that was it right there. Okay. Now you go also, okay, you want to know how you can find it on the website? You go to Bondy Community. You go to General Discussion, baby. Okay, you come on down here. Okay, let's see. What they not pinned at? Okay, you put them in order, child. If you put them in order, look, right here, 22 hours ago. BB, whatever's going on. Okay, and let me unclip so I could I've been unpinning old ones so that y'all will see at the top what's the newest thing. Okay, here, whatever's going on. And you click there, and that's the link right there. All right. So I just want y'all to know how to get around your girl's website. Okay. Also, let's not forget that Just Move Supplements, who I am an affiliate for, just came out with a shroom coffee, girl. And I can't wait to try because I am addicted to regular coffee. Okay. So if y'all want to try to Just Move Supplement Shroom Coffee, baby, link down below in the description box. Y'all know that they have the real good protein shakes. They have the real good energy supplement, girl. Okay. It just couldn't work on me today because, girl, listen, blame y'all friend Lyric. Okay. As to why I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Okay. Anyway, so make sure y'all stop by Just Move Supplements, link down below in the description box if you're trying to support Black business and you need protein shakes and things of that nature that are all natural and vegan and all of that. Okay. I can't wait to get this coffee so I can try it. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and discuss what we're doing today. All right. So, we're going to be discussing Victoria Monet. Oh, yes, girl. We're going to get an update on the Braxton family values. Kevin Jr. Yes. Eve's new book is out. It's not that long. I have to finish reading it, but I've been stuck on The Housemaid, girl. There's a series of books called The Housemaid. I'm on book number 3. I started the first one last week. Now I'm on book number 3, girl. It's real good. It's, I love me a good thriller. I love me a good thriller, girl. Okay. But after I finish this one, I'm gonna get right back into Eve. Okay. So Eve came out with her book. So there have been excerpts of her book sprinkling all over the internet, girl. And we're gonna talk about one of those. And we're gonna talk about Janet of the Jackson. Okay, because I have opinions about Black people that are so far removed Okay, so very far removed. It's like, really, you questioning whether Kamala is black, ma'am? I'm black or white. Melyssa Ford. Okay, we're gonna have a little conversation about what's going on over there with Melyssa Ford. Chrissy Lampkin, girl. We're gonna start with Chrissy Lampkin. Let me put an X because we're gonna start with her. And then we're gonna end with this new Diddy lawsuit. Yes, trigger warning for everybody. Thank you for putting that in the comments. It is absolutely a trigger warning once we get to the Diddy portion of my live today, because this brand new lawsuit is terrible, terrible. And I believe every word of it. And the reason why I believe it is because not only does it coincide with what Diddy, is known for doing, nobody's making up shit like that, bro. Nobody. I've heard of that happen, just not in that way. Nobody is making up no story like that, bro. And I know a lot of people, oh, they just want money. So once you've done something like this to somebody, I really don't care about them getting money from you, girl. I do not care. Okay. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the stories that I would like to discuss with y'all today. Thank y'all for being here. Listen, like the video. That's what I need you to do. Hold up. There's a coffee experience happening in New Orleans. Let me send this to my friend so that, we will go to this together. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to tell her about that Abby, girl. I don't like the way that Abby looking at me. Oh my God. Okay. So let's start with Chrissy. Okay. And girl, let me make sure I add. Oh no, Kalina's in there. Kalina is in there. Y'all don't let me forget to talk about Kalina. Okay. All right. And I was going to talk about Tia and Tamara, but girl, I'm not about to talk about Tia and Tamara. Y'all them people don't get along. Tamara. The only time Tia and Tamara getting along, as far as I'm concerned, is when you're referring to your titties. Tia and Tamara. Okay? Shout out to Doja Cat. All right, so we're gonna start off with the girl Chrissy Lampkin. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I thought it was so funny that Chrissy Lampkin was on the blogs, girl, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because somebody sent me a TikTok. Now listen, it wasn't enough videos for me, but the story that I heard made so much sense that I still kind of believe it. All right, now listen, the story allegedly. Okay, this is alleged. I don't know if this is true. And y'all, I don't know if y'all don't know, I don't lie. Okay, I don't do that. That's why I only report on stuff that's already been reported on. I don't lie. I don't make shit up. I give you my opinion, and we have what you may call conjecture around some of these topics. But y'all, Chrissy, the word on the curb is that Chrissy comes from a family of gangsters, some of which may have ran some whores. Okay, and listen, allegedly, possibly, maybe. But when I heard the story, I was like, that makes sense. And I hate this for me because y'all, I was just like, I wouldn't be a scammer because that's not my thing. Because from what I understand, at some point, Chrissy was like, one of them young girls out here scamming, because when you into the degeneracy as a woman, when you down there, at the lower level, you know what I'm saying? As a woman, you either scamming, selling drugs, or selling coochie, right? And a lot of like self-respecting women, they're not gonna sell their own coochie. They may sell somebody else's coochie, but they're not gonna sell their own, right? But allegedly, Chrissy comes from a family of people out there. And honestly, when I was listening to the lady tell the story, I was just kind of like, I believe it a little bit. Only because y'all, Chrissy has such big dick energy to me. It can only be the energy. And then also with Jim Jones, the type of shit they was into. Let me tell you something. I could very much, girl, picture it. Sicily. Okay, look, I could very much imagine in my mind Chrissy growing up around, hustlers, a lot of men, real male identified and all of that. But this is how you know what I'm saying? This is how you get around the right people. People talk slick to you and you call somebody and they come down there and they smack them in their mouth in front of you. And then they tell, look at the camera, apologize, look at the camera. Y'all remember, right? Y'all remember on Love and Hip Hop back before anybody knew any of this shit was outlandish. Chrissy calls Jim Jones down to the sets, okay? And your girl's little bitty manager ends up getting checked on camera. And it was real dangerous, bitch. We was all very, very scared. So if this the type of stuff that Jim Jones and them was doing on camera on Love and Hip Hop, bitch, you can go watch it right now. You can go watch the first season of Love and Hip Hop New York right now and see the type of time New York motherfuckers is on, right? This is just Jim Jones. Don't get me wrong. Jim Jones absolutely gives real in these streets, right? Chrissy, to be with him this long, to be the type of chick that she is, to sucker punch Kimbella the way she did. And they said that Chrissy beat her ass worse than that behind the scenes. We just didn't see it. Like the ass whooping was actually worse than what we might have recalled. All I know is Chrissy has always come off to me like the type of woman that if need be, she know who to call and you know not to press her if you know what's best for you. Like when she was on recent Love and Hip Hop shows, y'all remember the Love and Hip Hop shows? You know, the ones that came out during the pandemic. We just go into the island and you get a whole bunch of people and go. Chrissy went out there and they was like, who told this? Chrissy said, I did. I said it. I was just like, wait a minute. And Chrissy's still about that. Chrissy is still about, I said, and I've always, for some reason, respected it. She is a fucking bully, but it's something about Chrissy that I respect and just kind of admire, and I kind of low-key hate that for myself. But it's just something about her, the way she handled herself. Like, to me, she is the epitome of the drug dealer girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the kind that know how to handle they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna be in that life, like Chrissy's a you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be in that life, if you're gonna be, you know, a bit of a queen pin type energy, Chrissy's that girl, bro, as far as I'm concerned. So it's just real hard for me to dislike Chrissy for some reason, even back then, y'all, because I don't like when people play in my face. And I felt like Kimbella was low-key kind of playing in her face, but we find out that it really wasn't like that. But you know, you can't trust nothing that Yandy say, because Yandy don't like him, don't like Chrissy. So Yandy would have tried to make Chrissy look bad no matter what. So, you know. But up against Yandy, y'all understand why Chrissy was my type of girl. Like, oh, bitch, you overstepping your boundaries. You doing too much. Why are you asking my man about how much money he's spending on me? You know what I'm saying? So Chrissy posted this. And this is where I gotta feel, this is where I gotta pull my admiration back. This is where I have to pull my admiration back. She said, you and I both know you will never find someone like me. Good luck trying, though. I'll have you replaced by tomorrow. Okay? And not Redbone Holmes saying you better chill out. Jim might be somewhere saying that shit. But this is what she posted 3 days ago, y'all. It was like during the weekend. And I was just like, not Chrissy. Not Chrissy. You too old for this, bitch. I love you. You too old for this. And what I mean by that is, this seemed like a subliminal message towards your. It could be or it could not be. I'm not gonna presume to know, but I'm just gonna say, if this is what it looked like, which is Chrissy sending messages through the internets, okay, then I'ma have to say, Chrissy, don't you ever in your fucking life stoop this low again. I honestly, I don't know why she's still with that nigga. And if she gonna be with him, I prefer the version of her that don't say nothing about nothing online. And the reason why is because you know, you're smart, Chrissy. You know, and see the hood chicks. And when I say you know, excuse me, y'all. When I say you know, what I mean is you know what type of man you with. And you know that he could play all them games he want to, but you can go on about your way and do whatever you want to do too. That's what she did when she left and moved to Florida and left Jimmy's ass in New York. We've already been through this with Chrissy and Jimmy. So at this point, I just kind of feel like, girl, there is nothing to say. If I was her, there would be nothing left to say. All that I can say. Do, 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 do. There will be nothing else to say, Chrissy. And this is why I know I can't really like you that much. I can't really like you that much because this is some ignorant shit right here. This is some ignorant shit. Do you think I would still be going back and forth with Jim Jones after I embarrassed myself, got down on one knee, proposed to this nigga? We never got married. He tried to come and propose to me once it's all old and I don't want it no more. It's old now. The balls have gray hair. No, I don't want to get married now, nigga. No, I don't. One of the smartest things Chrissy did, and I don't know whether this was on purpose or accident, but it was the Lord's will that she never had no baby for this nigga. Because at the end of the day, she was able to move around and she saw fit. When not being married to him was a blessing. He over there losing money and shit. And you can just go on about your business and build businesses with other people and then bring him in on the back end. And that's why I'm looking at you like, girl. Because she should have just left him alone years ago. Really. She should have left him alone years ago. But this is my thing. Once a man has been a hoe, ain't shit, not dependable the way you need him to be, like, yeah, if somebody disrespect you, he gonna come and do some thug shit. If you need a dick that bad, he might fly in and weigh you out for 30 minutes, maybe. He old now. He ain't gonna be in there too long, okay? I just kind of feel like you playing yourself when you let anybody know that you and this nigga still going through any type of issues of that nature. Because at this point, I would just be sipping my champagne, looking at my diamonds out the view of my beautiful condo and minding my fucking business. Girl, Jim could be wherever he want to be at. Like, girl, I'm not, no. We not about to keep going through this. We not about to keep going over and over again, girl. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I have a love-hate relationship with Chrissy, and it's about time for her to get a new nigga or a new problem. Girl, one or the other, but it's about time for you to go ahead and move on like Maya. Okay? I'm so confused. Girl, I don't know why we still here. I don't know why we still here and why we still talking about this. Let's move on. All right, so we might as well go straight to Janet. Okay? Janet and Brittany and Brittany and Brittany and Brittany. Have to say what? Not have to say what? Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, no, she didn't. So, y'all, Janet Jackson. Well, you know what they supposedly said? She's not black. That's what I heard. That she's Indian. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told that they discovered her father was white. Janet, we don't know if you said that. That's what The Guardian said. The Guardian put out an article and they said that this is what Janet said, okay? There are people arguing in the comments about, well, is she black? Biracial and black aren't the same thing. Sweetheart. The lady's daddy is Jamaican. It has never been up for discussion. Her mama is Indian. Her daddy is Jamaican. There's no white anywhere in there. There is no white anywhere in there. And as a group of people, the Jacksons that love to go and procreate with brown people that are not black, I don't understand why this is confusing for Janet or any of the Jacksons, girl. Whatever she is, she's not white. Whatever she is, she's not white. Do you understand me? So when somebody says, I was told that they discovered her father was white, what do you mean they discovered? As if you simply cannot go and look this up. What do you mean they discovered? What do you mean they discovered? What do you mean? I'm sorry. There are people in the comments saying that a man being Jamaican does not make him black. Okay. Well, does him looking like this make him black? Listen, baby. Listen, baby. Jamaican is black as far as I am concerned. I don't know who the fuck is in my comments arguing about black baby, colonized by slave owners, slaves, people that were from the continents of Africa, brought to the Jamaican islands. People from the continents of Africa brought to the Americas. They blend in with the people around them. They blend in with their colonizers. Baby, if they not black, then we're not black. If the Jamaicans aren't black, then African American people are not black either. I'm very confused. This looks like a black man to me. I don't know what's wrong with anybody. I don't know what's wrong with anybody. This looks like a black man to me. He's Jamaican. Yes, we're very well aware that there are other ethnicities of people that live in Jamaica and therefore would be Jamaican. I mean, just as there are different ethnicities of people that could be born here and they would be American. We understand nationality, sweets. We understand. We're talking about race. Race is a social construct. It's not real. But essentially, if someone has a Jamaican black father and an Indian, and we're talking about the country of India, not Native American, which some of you ignorant people refer to as Indian. And we're not talking about us down here because, you know, we have a whole culture that's assigned to our shit. Don't even worry about us. I know, right? Now we're moving the goalposts. Jamaicans aren't black. Child. We're moving the goalposts is what it seems like to me. Either way, there isn't any white in there. And I feel like that's the part. Y'all want to argue with somebody about whether she's black. At the end of the day, what Janet Jackson said is, I was told that they discovered, like her father was Christopher Columbus or some shit. Her father was white. No, sweetheart. Nobody discovered that this lady's father was white. Everybody has always known that Kamala, as long as I've been reading about this lady and who her father is, her daddy was always a Jamaican man, baby. That's all Stanford University professor. Jamaican American economist, girl. Girl, ain't nothing in there white. Ain't nothing in there white. Y'all can argue with somebody about whether somebody is. Y'all can argue with somebody about whether they are black or biracial, but when there's no white in there, please don't say white. Please don't say white. Like, that's just weird to me that her father's white. Is that what white looks like? Because if that's what white looks like, baby, ain't nobody in the Jacksons black. Ain't nobody in, yes, he is Jamaican and he was an activist. Yes. I would like to know what type of non-black woman goes to a HBCU. I mean, you know, becomes a AKA. Like, I would just like to understand. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. The lady is biracial. Y'all call Tia and Tamara and them black. It's the same. It's a similar makeup, baby. One parent's black, one parent's something else. In America, and then I hate when y'all talk about this one drop rule. Being 50% of something is not one drop. What's wrong with y'all? Like, what's really wrong with y'all? Especially since most African American people, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, are a mixture, just like people from other colonized areas. Like, this is not hard to understand. None of you are 100% African. None of you, descendants of slave African American people, none of y'all are 100% anything. Even the Africans in Africa aren't 100% anything, because that's not how humans are made. Lord, Lord have mercy. The ignorance in the comments. Oh, Lord. To me, honestly, it doesn't matter if Kamala is biracial or black. She could have been white with the same policies, and I would have still voted for her. She could have been Japanese, bitch. She could have been Asian. She could have been a blue Martian, and I would have still voted for her over the orange dictator. See, that's new information, though. That's new. See, all of y'all in here talking about the biracial people aren't black. I'm going to need for y'all to remember that that's new. That's new nigga shit. Because in the 90s, everybody that was biracial was considered black. And then y'all always want to come with that, oh, y'all got to stop with the one drop rule. One parent being black is more than one drop, bitch. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? And that's why I never really got into that whole thing, because you can't argue somebody's identity. You can feel how you want to feel. I'm not going to argue with another person about their identity, because essentially race is a social construct and we are all made up of different ethnicities. That's why people go and get all of these DNA tests. Then y'all be online arguing about, oh, we not from Africa. We really from a girl. I don't give a fuck. All I know is when you go and fill out that job application, what is your ass putting on it? Okay. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. You're black if all 4 of your grandparents are black. I guess. I'm from New Orleans. Our makeup is much different than a lot of y'all's when it comes to certain things. We have a lot of like multiracial, but it's viewed as black. It's not biracial because it's not a black and a white or a black. It is multiracial people that are light complected that have babies together so that they don't have dark skinned babies, child. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know, girl. From what I understand, my grandmother might have been biracial. So I'm listen. Y'all might say I'm not black. I don't know. I know what the white boy called me at the damn skating ring when I was a little girl, and it damn sure wasn't white. Okay, listen. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. Cause no, you niggas did not put Barack Obama through this. No, y'all didn't. Y'all was not questioning Barack Obama. Y'all was like, black, good enough. Good enough. Y'all said good enough when it was Barack. I know the difference. However, at the same time, how people identify is how they identify. And black is more than just a race. That's another thing. TMC Flan, what's going on, my girl? Thank you for the super chat. Hi, Bondy. You look real cute in this lavender. Thank you. Just sending you some love and a hug from Germany, hun. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know I miss you, girl. Yeah, y'all know this is when your friends got to send you love because, you know, y'all be tripping out in the comments and they think I'm about to just spaz out on you. Bitch, what difference does it make? Listen, I ain't about to do all this with y'all. Y'all can argue about stupid shit if y'all want to. All I'm going to say is Janet Jackson questioning whether this woman is black as if it's so hard. Like, you're that removed from politics. You don't vote in America. You don't own a home in America. Like, I would just assume that you don't really have residence here in America if you are that removed from who this woman is and her identity at this point. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. Like, I'm just really, Janet, this is what they asked you about? And this is what y'all are arguing with people about. And I'm going to say it again. She could have been blue, green, yellow, a damn Martian, girl. She could have been from out of this world. And I still would have been like, Kamala Harris for 200, please. Okay, I would have still been voting for her. I don't know what's wrong with anybody. Okay? I don't know what's wrong with Janet. Okay? Janet is a space cadet. She don't know nothing about nothing as far as we concerned. She's so rich and far removed that she couldn't possibly have known who this woman is. It's just weird to me, based on her family makeup, that she would be questioning whether this woman is considered black, because I would then have to ask her, do you consider your nieces and nephews? What do you consider them? What do you consider your niece and nephew, Janet? Make it make sense. And I'm not just talking about the white ones. I'm also talking about the Indian ones, because you know your brothers like to sleep with the same women so that they have that same, type of phenotype in their family. Oh yeah, let's not forget, was it Jermaine and Randy? Oh, I believe, or Jermaine and Tito Child. I can't remember which one. But two of the brothers fucked the same woman and had children with the same woman, and she, I believe, was Indian. So, we just have a lot of questions. Like, is your son black? You're not going to consider him black? Okay, that's fine. Yes, that is very true. All of them tried to become white women. So I don't know, it's just very weird to me. It's just very weird to me. Girl, it was Jermaine and Randy. Okay, I knew it. I knew for fact. I knew it was Jermaine. I knew it was Jermaine because Jermaine is the one whose hair is always sliding down his damn face. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just very weird to me. Just very, very weird to me. Also, I would like to let everybody know that I make the rules in this live. Okay. So all y'all, no Janice Land, motherfucker, it's whoever I want to talk about. It's my shit. You can do what you want to do on your shit. It's my shit. So I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about on my shit. And if I say there's something wrong with Janet being confused about somebody's ethnicity, when her whole family is mixed up with wayward motherfuckers, fucking family members, white people that act like they actually genetically tied to you, when we know there's no possible way of this shit. Listen, it's too much confusion going on in your family for you to be out here in articles questioning whether people is black and white and all of that. All black, all white. Girl, we're all confused about what's going on with the Jacksons. We've been confused about what's going on with the Jacksons. That's all. That's all. Girl, that's a lot of shit I could say. But here's a good story for y'all. Okay? It's a little good, little bad. I can't wait to read the rest of Eve's book. But this is an excerpt. In her new memoir, Who's That Girl? Eve recalls the time she drank a spiked drink at a 2007 VMAs party, which caused her to go into a hysteria during the event. Who y'all think drugged her? Who y'all think put something in a drink? Eve says Janet Jackson, who she never met at the time, and Missy Elliott helped nurse her to health. Missy came in to check on me, but I was just unable to collect myself. Then who walks in? Janet Jackson, Eve wrote in her book. I had never met her before, and so her first introduction to me was seeing me hysterical. None of that mattered to Janet. She actually just sprang into action and told people to get aspirin, water, hot sauce, and a piece of bread. That concoction knocked me right out of my hysteria. So basically, Janet Jackson saved my life. That's a great story. We were so happy to hear that why Janet Jackson has no idea about what's going on in the world, she knows how to counteract somebody drugging you. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. She don't know nothing about the politics of the country she living in currently. But damn it, she knew that hot sauce, aspirin, and bread was going to make sure to sober our girl up a little bit at the goddamn VMAs. Who did it, y'all? It wasn't Stevie J. She wasn't with Stevie J by the time 2007 rolled around, I don't believe. Hold up. Let me look up. Please, Eve. Please. You had me, you lost me, and now you want me back. You fucked around and played around, and now you're feeling sad. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That album was released in 2001. Mm-hmm. She had broken up with Stevie by her second album. So I don't really see, I don't really see that. I don't really see Stevie J being the person, but I have my questions. And I told y'all, I feel like Eve probably was threatened a lot. Eve probably was threatened a lot is what it's given. And I wonder what else we're going to read in this story, what she has actually told and what she hasn't told, because there's always some shit that you've never really told. And I low key am wondering, if these are the excerpts we're getting from her book, she probably ain't telling much of nothing. But I'm gonna read it because I love me some Eve. But I also feel like it's kind of giving maybe a slight PG-13 rated version of her life, or rated R, but we needed an NC-17 or for mature audiences or something. You know what I mean? Nah, I don't think so. Have y'all ever heard anything about DMX like that? I have never heard anything about DMX doing anything like that. DMX got himself high, child. Okay? But I do have my questions. The VMAs is definitely like Diddy's crowd in 2009, I think she said, right? 2008, 2007, 2007. Yeah, those years. Yeah, yeah. I'm absolutely wondering who the hell? But I'm also wondering, how is it that Janet knew? I'm wondering what story Janet knows, okay, about how you sober up from being Mickeyed. Oh, we should. Let's see. Hmm. Let's look and see. Hmm. Hold up. Let me share. All right. Eve was looking real good. She's on there with Swiss Beats. Okay. We see it with Swiss Beats. I don't think this was from that night. Why they put this? They so wrong. They put this picture of Diddy there, but I don't think that's from that night. Okay, this is from that night. What it seemed like. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wonder if they had anything else from that night. Oh, girl, the early 2000s was such an awkward time. Mm. We see she was there with Swiss Beats. That's all I can see from here. But you know who was there, child. Okay, listen, let's see. Hold up. 2007 VMAs. Was there an after party? Let me see if there was an after party, girl. Who was that? Kanye? Okay. Girl, it could really be anybody back then. Child, Shia LaBeouf. Mm. Who knows, child? Mm. Who knows? Who knows? Kanye was there. Listen, the time to be alive, bitch. I'm gonna have to read more into this. Who knows? Either way, y'all, it's still good that Janet was there and Janet knew what to do. But I have so many questions. So many questions. Okay. But y'all, there's a good story about Janet, a bad story about Janet. Okay. That's all I can do for you. That's all I got. Okay. Now let's go and move on because there's an update. If y'all care, there's an update on the Braxtons. Okay, now let me tell y'all something. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Braxtons, but it does seem like they're trying to capitalize off of Tracy's passing with this back and forth and, all of this foolishness between the Kevins. I think Lil Kevin is an alcoholic, but I'm not sure.
Intensive argument, and it appears to have escalated physically. Can you tell us what that argument was about?
Now, y'all remember, we saw this video last week, the video of him and his daddy seemingly getting into a little kerfuffle and the daddy punching him. That's what it sounded like. That's what it looked like. I can't tell too much show of. I hate how his beard looks. Let's listen.
Exactly.
Well, basically, me and my father, we had, it was a disagreement that we had about not only with my mother, but also with me and him, you know. But these are things that we have been working on. We've been working on like a ongoing, like bettering our relationship between each other, because it's always been like a a wall between us. But we're knocking it down by communicating more, because I feel like
So you're not going to answer any questions about what happened between you and your father because you're just talking and throwing words out.
As father and son, like I need my father, and at the same time, I do love my father.
You
He's my
love
last
him.
parent right now.
Mm.
Okay.
So, um,
Love,
the
need.
incident, it occurred,
Okay.
but
It occurred.
from here on out, we're trying to just like mend our relationship, moving
Amended.
forward from that time. It was sometime, it wasn't too long ago it happened, but at the same time, like
Wasn't too
we're
long
still trying
ago.
to move past it, you know.
Still trying to work on it. And I was going to
Yeah.
ask you that. You touched on it because your dad just recently did an interview and he said that the footage is old. Can you tell us specifically when that incident took place? Like, how old is it?
I would say it's not saying it's old, but it was, it wasn't too long ago.
Specifically.
Hmm. Okay.
So it was one of those things like
So you don't want to tell
like I
us.
said, we had the incident. We was trying to talk things out,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like it got heated.
Hmm.
Father and son sometimes get in an argument, and that happens. You
Hmm.
know, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to fix it. I'm not
Yeah.
trying. I'm not trying to niggle on it. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to paint him as a bad person because he made a mistake.
An intensive argument. And it
Yeah.
appears to have escalated physically. Can you tell us what that argument was about exactly?
Well, basically, me and my father, we had, it was a disagreement that we had about not only with my mother, but also with me and him, you know. But these are things that we have been working on. We've been working on like a ongoing, like bettering our relationship between each other because it's always been like a wall between us. But
Always
we're,
been a
we're
wall.
knocking it down by communicating more. Because I feel like as father and son, like I need my father. And at the same time, I do love my father.
Okay, that's enough. All right. So let's see what I got here from that Mosh Pasha words that the young man just put out there. Trying to talk, got heated. It occurred. We're mending. We're moving on from this. Wasn't too long ago, but nothing specific. He made a mistake. His father made a mistake. So he's seeing it as his daddy made a mistake. Like his daddy was the one that was wrong, right? It was a disagreement. They are working on it. And there's always been a wall. And here's the thing, y'all. When they say there's always been a wall, I feel like I am wondering what was the relationship like between them in the household, because that's a father and a son, and I'm trying to understand how there's always been a wall up between the daddy and the son. Like what occurred for there to be a wall? You know what I'm saying? Was your daddy abusive toward you? You know what I'm saying? Did he hit on you a lot? Was he drinking a lot? Was there infidelity within the household? Because they come from one of them families of whatever go on in the house, stay in the house. And I think a lot of times your children end up being a receptacle for the things that you are trying to hide from everybody. Emotionally unavailable. That's another thing. Okay. All right. So I don't know what occurred, but I feel like something occurred. And I feel like, no matter what's going on between these people, if we're not going to be real about it, if we're not going to talk about whatever the issue really is, can you keep us out of it? Can y'all keep us out of it? Because we don't care. All right. We just like to use things as an example, okay, of what's going on out there in the world. Okay. What we may be going through. We just like to use these people's stories as examples of what we're going through in the world. Okay. But if you're not going to tell us what's really going on, then we can't really why die a situation like that. Okay, yes. If you ain't going to bring it up for real, keep it on the playground. Okay. Now, Victoria Monet, and I'm going to tell y'all something. I felt like I knew this. I felt like I knew this. I don't know why, but it was the way everybody was they so beautiful. They so. I was just like, yeah, she ain't about to be with that nigga for long. Girl, I don't know why. But you know what it be? A lot of times when these women reach the height of their success, it becomes an ego bruise for some of these. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily the case because I don't know Victoria Monet or her man like that. Okay? Now listen. I feel like y'all always get so upset by the inevitable. Most people don't stay together forever. What's wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's so weird the way y'all act like don't nobody stay together. No, y'all almost act as if the relationship wasn't ever real simply because it doesn't last forever. Girl, what? That's not how any of this goes. But let me go ahead and read. With good intentions, we honestly have been avoiding a formal statement about something as natural and as personal as love. We originally preferred to keep this out of the public, as announcing this publicly is sure to make pain resurface. But it is becoming more and more difficult to suppress. Yes, we have seen all the questions and extremely false accusations of our origin story, and we have thought long and hard about whether we owed it to anyone to explain where we are as we heal. Since we understand how social media can magnify the truth or run far with untruths, ultimately we decided to be open and address it in hopes to put a period on the question marks for the sake of our healing process. We spent the last 10 months trying to respectfully and privately navigate the fact that we are no longer in a relationship. Though we still completely adore and respect each other. Okay. And listen, I'm not saying this is not true, but whenever y'all say this, it reminds me of Tiana Taylor. Oh, it's all great right now. Yeah, give it a few months in a divorce decree and we'll see. We are not a couple anymore. There was no infidelity, toxic behavior, nor drama. We both just have some fundamental growing to do that would be best done apart so we can remain the best version of ourselves for our daughter. I don't believe that. I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. There's no way. There's no way that there was no infidelity, toxic behavior, nor drama, and y'all are breaking up, divorcing. I don't know. Were they ever married, or they just was boyfriend and girlfriend, girl? Because y'all was acting like them people was married. Either way, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever they need to say about their story, if that's what they want us to believe, girl, I don't care. It simply didn't work out, and that's okay. We still think the world of each other and operate with love in every interaction of our family. We have an incredible daughter to raise for life, and that is undoubtedly our number one priority forever. No relationship status can remove or replace that fact. We are committed to doing the inner work and trust that God will place us both where we belong in due time. To all of our supporters, friends, family, thank you for your love, care, and concern. Please allow, okay, yeah, y'all know all of that, all of that, all of that. Victoria and John. Well, so I wonder how long before Victoria ends up with a girl. Girl, I wonder how long before there's a girl there. Okay, I wonder, because y'all know I have my questions about Victoria, and he pretty and everything. But I'm wondering if we're gonna see a girlfriend. And what's the relationship with the manager? So many questions. So many questions. But either way, I hope they all, make it out all right. I hope y'all are able to keep it cute. I hope y'all not over there torturing one another or whatever, because y'all know how people like to act when they get divorced. I talked about this in my members only last night. Okay. Jeannie and Jeezy. This is messy. Okay. I'm not about to read all of this again. I'm just going to break it down to y'all real quick. Okay. Jeannie and Jeezy are still going back and forth in court because apparently Jeezy has not paid the money he's supposed to be paying to Jeannie Mai for her home. He's supposed to be paying half the money for her house, I guess, her apartment that she was renting, $92,000. And then on top of that, he was supposed to be paying for the child's schooling, but said that she never sent the receipts. She said, "Where's my car?" Okay, a Bronco, Ford Bronco. He said, "You never came and got the Ford Bronco, bitch." She said, "You not answering none of my emails." He said, "Bitch, we did answer. You ain't never answer, bitch." So they going back and forth. But the most like diabolical, disrespectful part of all of this is when Jeezy's lawyer said that Jeannie Mai's behavior is wanton, reckless, misleading, and criminal. And listen, these are the comments. She's bitter. She left a great marriage. Child, the things that people make up in their heads. They project. Y'all always think that some woman left some good relationship so that because the grass was greener. The grass is greener wherever I water it. Stupid. Anyway, I thought y'all other races don't do this to you. Girl, everybody's the same. And the funny part about it is the Black community is so poor as a whole that they don't even understand that other people don't really like, it's expected. Like the child support, the spousal support, the set, like all of that's expected. Black people be the only ones in the comments acting like they ain't never heard of nobody having to have a divorce settlement or alimony and all of that shit. Y'all be the only ones talking about what the baby need all that for. Girl, listen, just because y'all was down to the projects with a cup of noodles your whole childhood don't mean everybody else wants to live like that. Calm down. Oh Lord, I'm not even gonna get into it because I don't really know what's going on with them just yet. He said, she said, we'll have to wait and see. But my gut feeling feels like Jeezy is just trying to find ways not to have to give her no money. Is what it's giving. Okay, let's move on to the Melyssa of the Ford, y'all. So Melyssa, for the ladies, Melyssa Ford launches solo the Menopause podcast. Let's see if people are actually going to listen to it, though. I'm going to check it out, but let's hear what she said. A few years ago, we started an incredible journey with I'm Here for the Food, a show filled with laughs, good stories, and a great time. The community we created together was and is something truly special. Now I'm excited to share that we are starting on a new and personal journey, a conversation personal to women around the world. We have a brand new show with a brand new name, and I'm inviting you all to join me. This is what I'm trying to understand. And the only reason I'm reading this is because I want to know, are you still going to be on Joe Budden's podcast? That's what I want to know. Are you still going to be on the misogynistic podcast fighting for your fucking life like you do all the time? Okay. Now, this was Melyssa Ford having to teach having to teach grown-ass men who have been in this industry about how assault happens. Let's see.
Did not view it that way. Mm-hmm. But the reality of the situation is, at that point, it is up to that person to listen.
Oh, somebody said she can't dress, horrible wigs, white mom. Let's not forget, Caucasian mom.
Listen to what that other person's account was, because they might have had blinders on to the situation or not really understood that what they were doing was, for lack of a better word, wrong. Like, I can't tell you how many times I ended up in that. When it came to being a woman in this industry in the late 90s, early 2000s, it wasn't just accepted that shit was going to happen to you. It was expected. And it was also expected that you keep your fucking mouth shut. It was expected that if you said anything, nobody was going to listen to you. And so you just found a way to survive. Some women served other women up on a platter like fucking tadpoles. Better you than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was survival of the fucking fittest. And that's the reality. But now things have to find out that they drastically changed. Our concept as a society as to what consent means has drastically changed. And it has forced people to come to terms with the fact that their behavior may not have always been on the up and up with how they've engaged with other folks.
I agree with that.
So.
She had to check them. It was hard. Don DeMarco, stupid ass. Okay, the gift of articulation. You know how long it's taking them to shut the fuck up so she can actually get it out? Like, I feel like they never let her fully get out a statement, but just because it's this situation and all of them want to be quiet, because all of them probably have done something along the lines of what we are talking about. The coercion, the not stopping when women tell you to stop. Let me tell y'all something. I feel like most women have probably dealt with this at one point or another. You are having sex with somebody and you tell them to stop because it hurts or you have to pee or something, and they don't stop. They just keep going. I'm almost finished. No, you all right. At that point, when I have told you to stop and you push my hand out the way and continue to have sex with me, yeah. I hope you know what you've done at that point. But that was against my consent. A lot of times it's just that simple. And y'all have a hard time understanding that. And I'm not about to go into this whole story. You know, if you remember, you know, we talked about this last night, but this young woman is another young woman that accused Sage Gemini, and she's a sex worker. I don't know what's wrong with everybody, but I personally feel like anybody at any time can say, I don't want it anymore. It hurts. I'm uncomfortable. Stop. Anybody, sex worker, wife, girlfriend, a homeless person that you having sex with for $20. Anybody can tell you, stop. No, that's enough. I don't want no more. And legally and morally, you have to stop. That is very simple. It's very, very simple. It's very simple. If somebody says stop, you stop. Period. So why I have grown ass men? Hold up. Why I have grown ass men? I don't know who Fish and Grits podcast is. I don't know who they are, but I'm still bothered by what they said to me. I'm still bothered by what they said to me. Sex workers can't be AR'd, especially by her boyfriend. 3 people like this comment. Then another person, City Made Free Mike, said, any man who mess with sex workers needs to be aware they will try to hustle you at any measure. I don't believe in force yourself into someone, but I'm sure he could have paid her like anyone else. It's just hard to believe nowadays. Secondly, if she ain't from Vegas, can't be selling sex. It's illegal. Now, if anybody had actually read this or listened to what this woman's story was, she was not selling Sage the Gemini sex. She was a content creator. So content creator means I'm on the internet masturbating for money. I might hook up with some people that I'm cool with online and post it for money. That's what sex work means nowadays. Okay? This young woman here, what's her name? Gemini, Baby Gemini. I think that's her name. Baby Gemini. Baby Gemini now apparently is a well-known, OnlyFans sex worker. Okay. As a person that enjoys corn, I don't judge women. I can't do what you do, but I don't judge you because I enjoy watching what you do. That's how I feel like. That's what I think. But a lot of men will enjoy corn to an extreme amount and still find a way to feel like these women are not human. So they can't tell somebody, stop, no, I don't want this, because they're a sex worker. Mind you, this woman was not in her capacity as a sex worker when she met up with Sage the Gemini. They had been talking online for a year. She finally met up with him when he flew her out. She goes down on him. She's open for a lot. But she said, oh no, I'm on my P. It came down. So I can do this, but I can't do that. He forcibly went in her back door. The reason why she didn't say anything, because just like she said, she is a sex worker and people do not believe you. They don't believe you. I don't know who Fish and Grits is. I won't presume. But I will do my part in letting anybody know who knows these people, these men on this podcast, whoever they may be. I don't know, child. But you should be careful of them. Because what these niggas don't understand is that if you feel like at any time a woman can say no and you don't have to listen to her talking about, I don't date prostitutes. Yeah. But you think if somebody is your girlfriend that they can't tell you no or stop. That's what you said in the comment. Especially by her boyfriend. You can't be AR'd by your boyfriend. Especially if you're a sex worker, you can't tell people no. That's ridiculous. And if you're a good police officer, if you are actually doing what you're supposed to be doing by the law, that should be illegal. You should go to jail and have to figure out what somebody ignoring your nose sounds like, feels like. Y'all, this woman's story was terrible. And they know that because these girls are online doing this type of sex work that people are not going to care about them and they're not going to believe them. This girl, since then, she put it out there on Twitter, told y'all what was going on so that the other girls in her sector would know. And to me, that's very important. That is very important. Everybody wants to sit up there talking about, oh, they doing it for money. She ain't doing shit for money. She not suing him. She not coming at him for no money. She's just validating what the first girl that came out said, that he did it to her. And because the other girl said that there was a news story that was almost identical to hers. Sage Gemini seems to have a pattern here. People have gone to the police on him. Nothing has happened. So when y'all keep asking stupid fucking questions in the comments, why she didn't go to the police, why girl asking stupid, so is a small sex worker like a small business? Like, what the fuck? Did you go to the police department before clicking Twitter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Especially when the point of telling the internet is so everybody could know how fucked up this person is. Because see, when I get online and tell the internet, all I have to do is tell my story one time and that's it. As opposed to me going down to the police station where they're going to act like I'm the perpetrator. They're going to then act like I'm lying. I have to prove that this person did something to me. And then even if I can prove that they did something to me, which sometimes it's hard to prove, he said, she said, then I have to worry about that person coming after me for saying that they did something to me if I go to the police. Like, there are so many things that you have to consider. But telling your story over and over and over and over again to a police department that doesn't give a shit about you because, first of all, you're a sex worker. Second of all, you're a Black woman. Third of all, you're coming to them about a celebrity or somebody that might have money, that might have lawyers. They know the shit just gonna get thrown out. That's why people don't go to the police first. And then it's crazy because it's Black people who will not call the police for anything out of fear of being murdered by them. Y'all are really asking the women, the Black women, why they don't call the police? Why they don't go to the police? Nigga, you tell me why you don't go to the police if something happened around your house. You tell me why y'all expect for people not to call the police in domestic violence situations. I have had people in my life be victims of domestic violence and still not want to call the police because the police might come and make the situation worse. And y'all are asking the traumatized our victims why they don't want to go and tell their story 50 million fucking times to a police department that may or may not believe them, that may or may not take what they've said and do anything about it. It's baffling to me. Either way, I doubt that these fuck niggas podcast is as big as mine. So, internet, watch out for men who think like that, young women. Just because you're not a sex worker doesn't mean that when you become his girlfriend and you tell him no, that he won't still climb on top of you and ignore your no. Because a lot of us have experienced that. Now, let's move on. Because it really just makes me upset. You make the world a dangerous place for all of us. Like, that type of mentality, you make the world a dangerous place for all of us. And if I'm not supposed to get mad about shit like that, bitch, I don't know what I'm supposed to get mad about. I don't know what I'm supposed to get mad about. If I'm not supposed to get mad about you feeling like anybody does not have freedom and autonomy over their body to say no, stop, enough. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, girl. Let's talk about Kina. Kina Harper just opened up about a heartbreaking situation regarding her kids, Meshach, Noah, and Savannah, and the impact of being separated from their family. Girl, ain't it funny how people who do like the most Beelzebub shit want to name their children after the people in the Bible, girl? Hilarious. I'm sorry. She highlighted how this separation causes deep emotional distress, leaving children feeling abandoned and anxious. As a mother, it breaks her heart to know her little ones are struggling and she's fighting hard to bring them back home where they belong. Kalina is reaching out for support. Any resources, legal help, or stories to help change SAPCR cases would mean the world. Y'all, how did she lose the children? Let me read her what she actually said, because I'm trying to understand how she lost her children. Hey everyone, I want to talk about something that's incredibly difficult but important: the impact of children being separated from their families. I don't know why, but this instantly makes me feel like, what'd you do? What did you do? Cause see, when they make it seem like it's a conspiracy to take children away from their parents and shit, girl, what did y'all do? Studies have shown that when children are separated from their parents, it can cause deep emotional and psychological distress. These kids often struggle with feelings of abandonment, confusion, and anxiety. They may find it hard to trust others, and their sense of security can be shattered. Girl, do you know that happens to us even when our parents don't leave? Do you know that happens to us when CPS does not take us away from abusive households? We still end up with confusion, abandonment, and anxiety. I know a lot of people that never got taken away from their parents and still got all that shit. As a parent, knowing this breaks my heart because I know that my children are going through these very struggles right now. They need to be at home where they feel safe and loved, where they have the stability that only a parent can provide. A parent how? A genetic parent or someone in the role as a parent? Because that sounds like when you ain't been doing what the fuck you was supposed to be doing, and Miss Barbara and them come get your child and put it in foster care, and you sitting up there talking about only a parent can do right by my girl. What? How did they get in? How did they get out your care? I don't like none of this shit. She making it too impersonal for me. The bond between a parent and child isn't just about love. It's about providing a sense of belonging, security, and emotional support. Children thrive when they are with their parents. That's why I'm fighting so hard to bring my kids home. Ma'am, this is a lie. It depends on the parents. I'm sorry. It depends on the parents. The DeBarge kids did not thrive with their daddy and their mama. Okay? You may think they did, but it was literally given, oh, we thrived. And then all of us crashed down to the goddamn ground. Not thriving. I'm reaching out to you today to ask for your support. If you have any resources, whether it's legal help, counseling, or anything else that can assist us in this journey, please reach out. Together we can make, girl, what? If you or anyone you know has a story to share, why do you want stories about people who have lost their children instead of explaining us how you lost yours? And ain't her and Tony supposed to be mama and daddy and husband and wife living in the same household? And y'all don't have custody of y'all children, is what it sounds like. Hold up, y'all. Let me see. Okay, hold up, y'all. So this is on her page. This is from January 6th. King Gabriel Farad Vic. He turned 4 years old yesterday, guys. Having a baby during the pandemic while dealing with illness was tough, but God knew I needed Gabriel. He has helped me hear God and hold up. He has helped me hear God and understand his purpose for my life. Gabriel is such a tall, mature, happy little boy. We laugh and love on each all day long. I be thinking I'm homeschooling him and he ends up homeschooling me. So where are the other children? You're homeschooling. Okay. Just figured that out. She got music. So this was in January. Let me look at the rest of her page. I just want to see. So she posted this. Like, we trying to understand. They were not taken. So she's saying her kids were not taken. But I'm so confused. We can talk. I can't get into details legally. Sis, don't come on here doing. I did kindly ask for DMs legally. I can't answer certain things right now. I'm going to be sharing more. I posted because I need you all to know the truth. What's the truth, baby? What's the truth? Hold up.
USA. I'm gonna wait for a couple.
So let me read this. Based on some of the things she's stating, my conclusion is that because of her and her hubby's careers, they had child care support from family. However, that has now turned into my children can now be returned home full time to their parents, and the person or persons who have them aren't willing trying to do that. It sounds like they want to hold the children from the parents for financial gain, and if they return them willingly, they no longer have a household income they had. Clearly whoever the kids are with made some statement stating they've been caring for the children and the parents haven't been there, so they went to the system, and now mommy and daddy have to prove they were and are a part of their life more than what falsely stated by whomever. Let me ask y'all a question. What the fuck has Kalina and her husband been doing in their career for the past couple of years as to why they would not have their children? Can somebody tell me? Because this would have to mean that she was doing some shit.
For people to come in, but I just wanted to come on and kind of address the post that I posted yesterday. Hey guys, how are you? I want a couple more people to come up in the room because I just want to address the post that I posted.
So I'm not about to go through all this because they're saying she ain't really saying nothing. Her kids did not get taken away by CPS or anything. But basically, you gave your children probably to some family members because you didn't have the time to raise them. Girl. So I'm guessing you're here to talk about music.
Really? Yeah. All right.
My father's love can I miss my dad. I miss my son, but I thank God for allowing me the time. Girl.
Got this. I'm on it. And then right there.
She working on music. Okay. All right. So basically, your other children were with other people while you were doing whatever the fuck you were doing. And now you want your children back, but your children are being held with whoever they're with because they went to the courts and said, hey, these people ain't been involved in these children's life. So, we don't want to give them back. We don't want to disrupt their lives. Y'all. Something is not right. Apparently, she had a child during the pandemic, which makes me feel like you didn't have those children even before the pandemic. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like she got pregnant, had a baby during the pandemic, but those other children seemingly were always with somebody else. And now you're talking about, they didn't take them. You can't get them back because they were never fully in your custody. Let me guess, with your mama, his mama, some grandparents that don't want to give you the babies back. When was she pregnant? Apparently, she was pregnant with this little cute red-headed little boy during the pandemic. That's why he's the one that's still with her. The other kids are older and were probably out of her custody before the pandemic. Y'all, I have so many questions. But this is what I be talking about when I say people come out and they want to ask for help and they want to kind of put a narrative out there, but it's unclear. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. There's something very weird about this situation. Again, yes, where the fuck is Tony? Because she talks about Tony like her and Tony are still together. And yes, I was just about to say, it's given, are y'all still on bullshit? Are y'all still partying and bullshit? Because I have to wonder why you haven't went back for your other kids. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I don't know when you were working enough in the past 5 years, like prior to the pandemic. Was Kalina and them doing something in 2017, 2018, 2019? I don't recall. She's been doing anything. You ain't been that fucking busy To me, it sounds like you gave your kids away and was paying somebody to keep your kids, and now you want them back and they're not giving them back to you. And that could be because they want money, or that could be because they don't trust your parenting. That's a lot. That's a lot of conjecture that you've allowed to be put out there, talking about it's legal. You know, it's legal stuff. I can't say nothing. It's legal stuff. Then what the fuck you up here talking to us for if we got to DM you to find out? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing that I don't trust nothing, especially knowing her connection to Diddy and what might have been going on in her life. A lot of y'all care more about y'all addictions and the partying and all of that than y'all do y'all children. It's just what it is. And you ain't even got to be a partier, child. You can just be a regular ass person and decide if your parents have a better setup than you and your parents will take your children, child. People will get their children over to their grandparents so quick to take care of before they be with the man and everything. Be living with the man and everything, still not taking care of their damn kids, girl. Okay. They were trying to get their financial situations together and then get the kids. That was the storyline. Yeah, no. That's why you don't keep having all of them fucking children if you can't take care of them. Meaning that if you have to give them to other people, you and this man together, and y'all got to give y'all kids to somebody else to watch them because y'all so busy. But back when y'all was on Love and Hip Hop, it didn't seem like y'all had shit going on like that. Girl, I guess whatever is going on, I'm having a hard time believing it. Let's move on. So apparently, y'all, this is old. This is the old one. And I'm kind of happy for them, even though, you know, I have my questions about T.I. and Tiny, girl. T.I. and Tiny didn't won their lawsuit against the OMG girl dolls that came out and completely stole the images and the looks of the OMG girls that T.I. and Tiny's daughter and some other little girls was in. Y'all remember that back in the day when they was the OMG girls? Well, apparently MGA stole their image and likeness for the creation of the LOL OMG girls. They sued for $100 million, but lost twice. Thankfully, the couple appealed the ruling, and it was announced today that they won at least 17 million. Actually, I believe they won 71 million. That's what I heard as of today, that T.I. and Tiny got $71 million in their settlement against the MGA company that basically stole the image of their daughter in the group that they were producing. So, you know, shout out to them. No, shout out to them. I'm happy for them for this, because essentially, girl, it's always somebody around trying to come and steal something. Is always somebody around trying to steal something from the creatives, from the people that are just out there creating. People try to come in and steal shit and make money off of it. Nah, run me my money. Give me my money. Okay, you lost. So I'm happy for them. Good for them. I'm glad that they got their money, because they should have been. That shit was flagrant stealing. And then gonna lose the case. And only when you have that amount of money can you really appeal. That's another thing, y'all. That's another thing. Only when you have that type of money can you continue to appeal. They already had to be rich in order to fight that. You see what I'm saying? And y'all wonder why these girls don't say shit until, you know why? Because I had to save the money for the lawyer, nigga, before I could come and sue him. That's why. By the time I saved the money for the lawyer, the time frame had ran out, because y'all know there's a whole time frame on assault. Anyway, before we get into the diddler and the Jerry Jones of it all, child, let's hear what our girl Chloe is talking about.
Beyonce holding her budget back for some reason.
Internal. Someone said, why haven't you been performing? Trust me, I would be performing if I could. The thing is that money goes into performances. So it's not free to do performances, and you have to get budgets approved and things like that.
That's why she was on the beach performing with a bonfire, girl. On Instagram. That girl said, I'm going to sing by any means necessary.
So if I could, I'd be performing everywhere. If you read in between the lines, you would realize I share actually a lot of stuff with you guys. And you know, my work ethic is top notch. I like to juggle things. You know, when I shot Fight Night, I did Coachella. So when it comes down to it, I will do any and everything. So just know it's never my work ethic or if I don't want to do something, because y'all know I love working. Come to Africa. I would love.
Chloe saying.
Okay. So this is what folks are saying, because, you know, they're trying to blame Beyonce. They failed Chloe so bad. This girl is immensely talented. Instead of them focusing on her gifts, they decided to play the good sister, bad sister angle, over-sexualizing her body and overshadowing that beautiful voice. I hate it so bad for her. Her career deserved better. Child, as if it's over or something. My God. Like, the career is still pending. Calm down. Chloe is one of the most talented and hardworking artists we have right now. And to see her be stifled in this way, especially with such a solid follow-up album, is straight up heartbreaking. She deserves better than this. This is not a drag, but they've put her on tour twice. She was a Coachella headliner. She's been in movies, TV, and award show performances. People just aren't buying the product, music. You can have unlimited marketing budget, but if people don't like that product, And this is the Brooke Ashley. Y'all know, another YouTuber in our, sector. Shout out to the Brooke Ashley. She said her and sister went solo way too early. I agree with this. Now everyone wants to lie as if y'all didn't spend ungodly hour era saying Haley was a bad performer and Chloe should ditch Haley, over-sexualizing Chloe, saying Haley should stick to acting, and then y'all didn't stream nor buy ungodly hour. So I'm going to just say this. I think that people not buying something is not indicative of one's talent. It's really sometimes the luck of the draw how things happen. Also, I feel like it wasn't necessarily that other people over-sexualized her. I feel like Chloe was just being a young woman and trying to get out of the child thing. But I think her and her sister should have stayed together longer, because I feel like we were really just getting into them when they came out with that second album, and it was really good, y'all. Like, I remember 2018, I think they came out with an album. Either way, they came out with another one after that, and I really feel like they should have been working as a duo, like primarily, and then coming in with their separate songs like that they had just for themselves and doing that. But like, kind of like the Love Below speaker box album with Outkast. Do y'all remember when Outkast came out with that double box album, which was like epic as fuck? They should have been doing shit like that. They should have stayed together, and they should have done solo projects that were just sold as a joint project. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should have stayed together longer. I do feel like they broke up too quickly. I do. I also feel like y'all often demonize people's sexuality, which is weird. And I feel like y'all want to act like that was their record company. But no, that was y'all. That was social media. If I remember correctly, Chloe would just be in her house singing like she always did. And y'all would be like, oh, why she got to be singing all hard like that? And why she got to be so sexual? She's a young woman. That's the phase that she's in her life right now. She's coming into her grown woman body. She's very sexy. Like, why would she not kind of stretch into that? Like, stretch into it until you figured it all out, and then you move on to the next phase in your life, which is not so much about sex. Women go through their, there are waves of this shit. And I feel like whenever you are somebody that is in social media, you are a child, when everybody first met you, it's very hard for y'all to separate children when they become adults. Like, y'all find it hard. Y'all still see them as children, even though they're grown ass women. It was the same thing they did to Haley when she got pregnant. I just was mad that she got pregnant for somebody that seemingly was always kind of playing in her face a little bit. Like, and when I say playing in her face, it seemed like she wanted to keep shit quiet, and he kept trying to put it on blast. Then also, he was messy online with the ex-girlfriend and all of that. And we just kind of wanted them to be a little bit above this social media follow. And then Haley starts hanging out with Krishan and them. Girl, it was by that time I had tapped the fuck out and said, oh no, this is your hood cousins. Let them go ahead and figure it out. Let them go ahead and figure it out. But it really annoyed me the way y'all tried to depict them. And I can remember being on Tasha's channel and telling y'all that y'all was on bullshit and y'all was trying to act like Chloe was some hoe just because Chloe shows off her body and dances sexually and sings with a moan. Now all of a sudden that means she a hoe. Meanwhile, the one who y'all say not sexualizing herself is over there popping coochie and having babies. Like, I was saying this back then, that y'all was doing too much. Y'all was really going ham on Chloe for no reason. And y'all was pitting them against each other. That was social media, as far as I'm concerned. Y'all did that. But yeah, no, these is y'all hood cousins. These is y'all hood adjacent cousins. They went to a good school. But essentially, as soon as they get around some hood people, they didn't grow up around that. So they don't really know until they find out. And then when they find out, they be like, child, my people was right. I should have stayed over here on my side of the tracks, girl. Girl, when you find out how the hood people be, girl. And that's, please don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm from New Orleans. Everybody's hood, as far as I'm concerned. But you know what I mean? Like, there's a subset group of people that they act real cool and they act real nice and they be snake like a motherfucker. And when you come from like a little bit of a cul-de-sac type situation, people are a little bit more what you see is what you get. I'm just saying. Y'all think that's how it be with the hood people, and it's not true. Okay, it's not true. The hood people will have you acting like they cool as fuck, talking about you bad behind your back, girl. No, exactly. I actually think one of the reasons that Chloe felt disingenuous is that her image and Haley's image should have been swapped. Haley is low-key more of a bad girl. Chloe is more of a good. Yes. But I think because of the way they just trying to figure it out at this age, people just did too much as far as judging them. But I think they're both beautiful and extremely talented. And I want them to win no matter how they win, girl. I want them to win. Okay? I don't know why my dog's in the background balking like that. I hope everybody, because I feel like people be getting offended when I say the hood people. Please don't be offended. Okay, I'm from New Orleans. Everybody's hood people. Okay, we're all hood. Okay, like New Orleans is not a place where you can, middle class, cul-de-sac. It's still a hood, bitch. It don't matter. Okay, somebody still tried to sneak in somebody's window one night, almost got shot. Okay, like life be life in. Okay, I grew up in the East. It is what it is. Okay, all right. Okay, I went to a private school. I still had to fight. Okay, I still had to catch the bus. All right, it's okay. All right, so let's move on, y'all. We got two more stories. I need to figure out why my dog is acting like an asshole right now. So y'all just give me 1 second. Thank you.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
All right, y'all. Before we get back into it, do not forget that we have a second Bali trip coming up. Yes, girl, July 15th through the 22nd or the 23rd. It stayed the 23rd here, so I'm gonna run with that. Okay, do y'all see us? Do y'all see me? I'm in the water, girl. Listen, when I tell y'all we was living our best life, okay, this might have been day 2 or 3. All right, come on, Talia. Listen, okay, we had a ball. This was our trip to Thailand just this past June. And if you're trying to become a part of the Reset by Design Wellness clique and be out here swimming in the ocean with us in July, girl, then make sure you go to Reset by Design Wellness and sign up for our second Bali trip. And also follow on Instagram. Okay. You see it? You got it? Okay, good. Okay, because we sold out on that first trip. Thank you. You all are so amazing. Okay, so amazing. Okay. All right, girl. So let's go ahead and get into the remainder of the show. So I heard this, right? I heard Jerry Jones, and I was just like, girl, what's the point of us even talking about this? Because these people gonna act like we didn't hear what we heard. And we really like, yeah. Girl, let's listen.
Story behind it is Jamie Foxx, before he was Jamie Foxx, used to come out to the stadium 15, 20 years ago. And
Willie Beeman.
I would watch the ball game from the end zone, and I'd watch it in a little cubby hole that was about 2 or 3 people wide and about 3 chairs deep. Well, Jamie would come up. He lived in this area, and he'd come up, and he'd just come up there and watch the game with us. And did that all the time when he lived in this area. So he's not only I think maybe the best, one of the best actors that I've ever seen or heard. He's also a great friend and great support. And so we have had a lot of experience watching players, talking about players, talking about games.
What about you saying that the player had an 8.5-inch dick? What about that?
Games. And so it's just kind of ironic, I think, when that was supposed to have happened a few years back, but I don't recall it. A story behind it is Jamie.
Okay. Now, he's talking and talking and talking. Ain't answered not a goddamn question.
5, 9.5, 210. 5, 9, 210. 4, 4, 1. Okay. 9 and 3-inch hair. 8.5-inch dick.
8.5-inch dig. Okay, so is he saying dig or dick? Somebody said for the slow ones, he said 8-inch digs means sprints route for football yards. Thank me later. Plus, Google is in your hands to find out. So somebody let us know that this is all a mistake.
5, 9.5, 210. 5, 9, 210. 4, 4, 1. Okay. 9 and 3-inch hair. 8.5-inch dick.
Okay, and then they said the live ended shortly after that. Now let me tell you this. I think he said dig. If there, because it did sound like dig. It didn't sound like dick. Okay, it didn't sound like dick with a K. However, I mean, are we gonna act like the football players don't also? I mean, listen. I had a conversation with one of my homeboys one time because he really loves football, right? So he really loves football. And in the way men love football, they're fanatics and stands, right? So whenever you start to say anything negative about football, they all get all upset and start the end of the industry you in, the entertainment industry that you in. And I'm like, nigga, football is the entertainment industry. I don't know if you know. Football is the entertainment industry. And let's be very clear. I believe that he was saying digs. Like, I believe he was talking about football. He saw that Jamie was on live. I don't think he said dick. But at the same time, if y'all gonna act like football does not give stand naked black men on loading dock and let's all come out and you know, I pay $500 for this black one. I pay $600 for that one. Girl, like they're selling these men to the highest bidder. Do y'all think that some of them men that play football, some of them big black bucks that play football, not running their ass up to some of them white men to go and do whatever them white men want them to do so that they can get a good contract? Y'all don't think that's happening? Oh, see, I do. Y'all like to come and talk about the women. Oh, the women, they just want money. They just want money. So what the fuck y'all think the football players be doing sometimes? You don't think them football players be having to go and bend it over, bust it open for none of them old white men that own those teams, the owners, especially since a lot of those owners be at those same parties. They be at those same parties, y'all. The owners and coaches of some of these football teams, they're at the same parties, girl. So it's very funny to me the way you niggas that love, because there's a lot of you men out there that have negative things to say when women come out and talk about what they've been through. Little do you know, it's probably happening to some of your favorite football players too. Please believe. Please believe. If it's happening in the music industry and the entertainment industry, it's happening in football too. Please believe. There's some nasty ass old white man. Yeah, get one of those to come down. Yeah. Definitely. And I also will have my questions about Jamie as well. Cause they've always had whisperings about Jamie, Jamie used to talk shit about Diddy back in the day. I don't think I saw Jamie at no Diddy parties like talking about it, y'all. Okay, so let's get into the Diddy of it all. First of all, let's start here. Sources say Diddy's kids are taking his incarceration really hard. It's heartbreaking. Okay, he has 3 minor children, two of whom now have no living parent available with him incarcerated. 4 of his 7 children have neither parent available with him incarcerated, the source explained. It's heartbreaking to see the children in the state they're in. The insider told the outlet, this is their father, but to them, he's not Diddy, he's dad. He has always been a loving, devoted father, they continued. Diddy was denied. Listen, in today's news, shout out to Chris, 2 things can be true. This was my comment. Sure. You know why? Because I don't believe there's a version of Diddy that his daughters, only see. I don't believe that. I honestly feel like there is something to be said for the way the twins have been marketed. I'm gonna say it like that. There is something to be said for the way the twins have been marketed. Dressing alike, looking like fucking bookends and shit. Yeah, that's cute when they in middle school. But when they in high school and they're becoming young women and we're constantly seeing them looking like some nigga's fantasy, when their father is somebody that provides said fantasies. I'm sorry, y'all. I am not one of these people that feels like Diddy's children have not met the monster version of him. I think that's ridiculous that y'all even think that, because anybody that's lived in a household with an abusive parent knows that the people in the house usually get treated just as bad, if not worse, than the people outside of the house. Especially when you consider the fact that Diddy may have had some type of incestuous relationship with his own mother. Allegedly, possibly, maybe. And I had said this because, people been putting it out there. Lovely T and them, they've been talking about the fact that his mama is suspect in the situation. Yes, Diddy's mama, Janice. I never really liked that lady, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, every time I would see that lady in pictures and all of that, she always weirded me the fuck out. You got all that money. Why is your wig still this cheap? Freddie ain't the only one that said that. There are other people that have said this. But let me tell y'all something. The type of shit that Diddy does, I feel like with the psychology, degree that I don't have, but the know-how that, that I have in my mind, bitch, tells me that the way Diddy feels about women, the things that he does to people, he does not like women, period. They're of use to him, but he has a deep-seated hatred. The only reason you would have a deep-seated hatred like that for women is because on some level you hate your mom. You can't express to your mom that you hate her, so you actually act it out with other women. And we're going to get into what he did to one of these women. Trigger warning, everybody. But to me, and I was watching Mr. Mercedes. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Mr. Mercedes. It's a Stephen King novel that turned into a series on Peacock's. Really good. But the killer on there had an incestuous relationship with his mom. His mom molested him, even as an adult. He then goes and murders people, like horrendously murdering people. Rolled over a woman and her baby, just rolled over him. Okay. And in my mind, I'm like, this is just a TV show, a book. But in my mind, this is a way for you to understand that when a person does something that's fucked up, as the shit that Diddy is accused of doing, it's probably because somebody fucked him up a long time ago. And that brings me to the mama. Now, I was watching Ashley Say So. Shout out to Ashley Say So, another one of my favorite YouTubers, girl. And she was talking about how back in the day, Janice used to basically run somewhat of a modeling agency / hoe house, is what it's given. So I want y'all to think about Scrappy and Deborah, his mama, Mama D, and how he grew up in a whorehouse. And I believe that there are some people that they don't go to the extremes that Diddy has went to. Okay. But it's something about whenever women either are fucking around their children, have a lot of fucking going on around their children, or have done some real fucked up shit to or around their children, it does something to boy children. I don't know what it is, but it seems like, especially with the boy children, it flips something inside their damn heads when they see their moms in those types of positions. So I definitely am looking at it like breeding ground for assaulting little boys type of vibe, right? And y'all don't think about it as assault a lot of the times, because if it's a woman in a boy child, y'all don't see it like that. I was literally just watching the episode of Martin, y'all. And the episode of Martin, they joked because Tommy has said that his first one of his teachers was his girlfriend, and she taught him the true meaning of missionary. And they laughed about it. And then when Cole said that something happened to him, and Martin said they fired him, didn't they? And then everybody bust out laughing. But the difference in the way in the 90s, the crowd is reacting to Tommy saying that an older woman had sex with him. And then when Cole says an older man had sex with him or tried him, whatever. But what I'm saying is, as a society, we have been viewing these things in a different way, and it's not different. It's not different, y'all. It's not different. The boys that are assaulted by women when they're children, they grow up having effects of that. How they handle women, how they treat women, how violent they can be. It has a lot to do with them being assaulted as children by women, but it not being viewed as assault in the society that we live in. That's an issue. That's a problem, y'all. That's a problem. I need y'all to check in on the kids, because that could possibly be a culmination of how we got here with Diddy. Okay. Now, I'm only going to read this last one because I feel like, once we done with this one, we don't need to read nothing else. Hold up. I ain't gonna let the video play, but I'm gonna read it to y'all. This is the woman here. This is the latest lawsuit, y'all. And there's so many in this, people in the comments who obviously did not read what happened to this woman. Look, and seen. They all trying to act like it's a lie. It's a lie. Oh, I'm so tired of this. I need for y'all to understand that Diddy was doing this at such a high level. There are going to be so many people coming out. There are going to be so many people coming out, y'all. And y'all might as well go ahead and uninstall Instagram, because that's what they're going to be posting about every day. Diddy is going to be in court for years dealing with this, because nobody stopped him. Because when we were watching it happen, everybody was laughing and looking away and acting like nothing was happening. And this shit was going on in front of everybody's face. Let me read y'all what the AP News is saying, okay? Another woman sued Sean Diddy Combs on Tuesday, alleging that the music mogul and his head of security arred her and recorded it on video at his New York recording studio in 2001. So 23 years ago. The lawsuit filed in federal court in New York, the latest of several similar suits against Combs, comes a week after he was arrested and a federal sex trafficking indictment against him was unsealed. Thalia Graves alleges that she was 25 and dating an executive who worked for Combs in the summer of 2001. Combs and Joseph Sherman lured her to a meeting at Bad Boy Recording Studios. She said they picked her up in an SUV and during the ride gave her a drink, likely laced with a drug. According to the lawsuit, Graves lost consciousness and awoke to find herself bound inside Combs' office and lounge at the studio. The two men awed her, slapped her, slammed her head against the pool table, and ignored her screams and cries for help, the lawsuit alleges. Hold up. She says, it says, at the news conference in Los Angeles with one of her attorneys, Gloria Alfred, Graves said she has suffered from flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts in the years since. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin, Graves said, crying as she read the statement. I want to, because I was listening to Mims. Shout out to Mims, Make It Make Sense. I was listening to him this morning, and he was reading the court documents from this case, y'all. And when I tell y'all, this is one of the most up things I think I have ever heard somebody do to somebody. I'm trying to see if I can find the exact paperwork, which I know you gotta go looking for that shit and have that ready before your live. And y'all know I don't like to be reading all of that shit, but I heard Mims read it. And I pretty much can tell y'all what Mims read. How about that? Okay. And y'all can go watch his video because he read the whole thing. If y'all would like to. But this is just basically what I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So the executive is apparently not doing a good job. And so Diddy calls Thalia to his office to talk to her about whatever's going on with her man. We don't know who her man is. I don't know why she didn't name her man. I wish she would have named him. But either way, he drugged her, right? He drugged her. She passes out when she gets to the studio, the lounge. When she wakes up, her hands are bound behind her back, and Sherman, the security guard, is standing there. He pushes her head down on a table, and then Diddy comes in. Diddy comes in and puts some type of menthol type of lubricant on himself and sodomizes her. Did it until she lost her bowels. He simply stopped, wiped himself off, and then put it in the front. At this point, it is burning and completely uncomfortable. It's painful. Also, a part of this was somebody threw up in her mouth at some point. He recorded it, and she did not know about it. She didn't know she was being recorded. He showed the video to her boyfriend and some other people. She didn't know any of this until the police came to her because one of those tapes was in the evidence that they got. So this is not a lie. The only reason she knew, the only reason she came forward is because the federale hood found the tape and then went and found her so that they can, add more victims to their indictment. But did y'all hear what I just said? Now, remember when I told y'all and explained to y'all what happens when he has the prostitutes come in? This don't have nothing to do with prostitution. This don't have nothing to do with a freak off. This is him calling in this woman so he can do the most humiliating, disgusting, fucked up things to her so that not only can he use it against her boyfriend, but then he can sell the tape on the black web, I'm guessing, to the highest bidder. He sold the tape. The tape was circulating, so people have seen it. And then that put me in the mindset, so Diddy is making snuff films and selling them to people. And selling them to people who are probably higher ups. For you to do something like that to a woman, it means you hate her. You don't even know this woman. That amount of hate. Yeah, he can't say this was consensual at all because you drugged her in the car. Then when she came in, I think he gave her another drink like water. And then that she passes out. And when she wakes up, she's already tied up. And this is what he proceeds to do to her. Why do y'all keep acting like this is any different from R. Kelly? Why y'all keep trying to act like this is any different from any of those other men? It's not. It's not. It's a tactic. It is something that a lot of them know how to do. I told y'all, Hugh Hefner, Clive Day, everybody already knows, allegedly, about how to humiliate and record people. And these men that have access to all of the things they have access to, and this is what we talked about with the Hugh Hefner situation. In the Hugh Hefner documentary, the Playboy thing that came on A&E that I watched, they talked about that man fucking somebody's dog. A woman said she came into the room and he was fucking her dog. Because they have done so much that nothing is ever good enough. So they have to do even more depraved shit and even more depraved shit. It's like an endless pit. And that's why you end up with shit like this. People that are already severely fucked up and traumatized, they get access to money. They get further traumatized in order to get the money they're trying to get. Because to me, Diddy had already been taken advantage of as a child, as far as I'm concerned, based on what everybody's saying and how this is all playing out. This is what it seems like to me. I'm not sure. It's my opinion, conjecture at this point. Somebody that's already been abused to that level, just like the women, once it becomes a way for them to get where they're trying to get in life, somebody then already took it from me. So now I can sell it to you. I can sell it to you to get what I need because somebody has already fucked me up. So basically, Diddy is somebody that is just like your Corinne Steffens and a lot of those other women who y'all call prostitutes and say they knew what they wanted and all of that. No. All of these people are people that have already been traumatized and victimized. So by the time somebody is offering them a huge sum of money or opportunity for being assaulted, it's almost like, well, shit, I don't have nothing now, and somebody already did this to me. So I don't even have the same level of disgust. Now I feel like I might as well. I'm just saying. That's how the girls go from being assaulted and groomed as children by stepdaddies and family members and older men. This is how that happens. And then they become prostitutes selling themselves. That's how that happens. Because somebody has already broke them down all the way to the motherfucking pavement. So when somebody steps in and they offering you a lifestyle for some shit that you didn't already been through and you didn't get nothing out of it but pain, but now he offering you access and a lifestyle, there are some people that are going to sign up for that without knowing exactly what they're signing up for. Because a lot of people think prostitution is I decide when, I decide how much, I decide who. That's what a lot of people feel like prostitution should be. Them choosing when, where, how much, all of that. It's not the same thing as what y'all think. Y'all think prostitution must mean sex slavery or some shit like that. And I think y'all are weird. I think y'all are weird for that. So, yeah, y'all. It's a lot. It's really dark. It's really messed up. Yes, Alexis Sky. Yeah, she told us her story. It's a lot of the young women that have come out and said their story. They just don't tell you how it happened. They don't tell you how it happened. It happens because they have dreams and they want to be in the entertainment industry. They want to be around these people. They want to be around the shit that sparkles. Oh, yeah. And this is another thing. Diddy went to a Catholic school that had a lot of stories surrounding the priests assaulting the children. And he went to the school during the time, 70s, 80s. So this is very much, Diddy could have been assaulted by the church. Diddy could have been assaulted by family. So by the time you get to Andre Harrell and Clive Davis and all of these people, and they could possibly, allegedly, maybe be offering you everything that you could have ever wanted as long as you're willing to bend it over and bust it open for them. I've already done it. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't think that you should look at Diddy as a victim at this point. I don't. I don't think anybody should be looking at Diddy as a victim. Because when you can do this type of shit to another person, you are just a monster at that point. So everybody in the comments saying that this woman is lying, I don't think she's lying at all. Let's hear.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words. It goes beyond just physical harm caused by and during the assault. It's a pain that reaches into your very core of who you are and leaving emotional scars that may never fully heal. Some of the hardest parts of this pain are the shame and the guilt I have experienced that plays a negative part in my day-to-day ability to function properly. Being blamed, questioned, and threatened has often made me feel worthless, isolated, and sometimes responsible for what happened to me.
When at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that she shouldn't have been there. It doesn't matter that it looks weird. It doesn't matter how she got there. It doesn't matter whether it was a party. It doesn't matter whether it was the studio. What matters is that somebody drugged her, tied her up, and assaulted her, and then had their homeboy assault her, and then recorded it and sold it. None of that is okay, y'all. None of that is anything people are signing up for.
My family issues made the pain even worse. I was already going through a divorce at the time of the assault and did not get the support that I needed.
That was another thing. She was going through a divorce when this shit happened, and there was a possibility that she could have lost her child. So Diddy blackmailed her, basically, and said that he would make it hard for her to get her child. She would lose her child if that video of her came out. Or if people found out, basically. If people found out about what had happened.
I was also faced with disbelief and judgment. This has put a strain on my selection of men and relationships. But many relationships became aggressive and abusive, which has made me feel even more alone in my struggles. I go through spells of being distant and withdrawn that it's sometimes so hard to leave my house.
That shit. Bruh. The woman claims Diddy and Sherman showed the video to multiple men in an effort to publicly degrade her and humiliate her and her boyfriend. And she says the very thought of the video being out there caused her to again consider ending her life. Graves is going after Diddy, Sherman, and Bad Boy for damages. And she's being repped by Gloria Alfred, who is holding a press conference. Okay, and so that's what we're watching. But basically, he assaulted her, and she was re-traumatized in November 2023 when she found out that he had recorded it. Before, he had just threatened her. Like, if it comes out that you did this with me, you might lose your kid. She says she woke up. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, y'all, this is just terrible. It's really, really terrible to hear what he did to her. And I don't even understand how anybody could want to be arguing about whether this is true or not. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you could want to be arguing about it at this point. She may not even really get any money, y'all. But this is about it being known. It's about releasing. It's about cleansing. Girl. That's insane. Like, so many people trying to make excuses for this shit or act like, oh, it's a girl. No, I believe everything she said. Especially because the FBI came with a video. Like, for them to come like, oh, we found a video of you. And then the boyfriend, I want to know who the boyfriend was, because apparently he was like, yeah, you got to stay quiet about this. You could ruin my career. Whoever that nigga is. Oh yeah, Naomi definitely knows a lot, child. Naomi is probably one of. Let me be quiet. What did Melyssa Ford say earlier? Handing them out highest bidder. The comments are nuts. Of course, everybody in the comments wants to defend Diddy as if this is not an obvious pattern of behavior for him. This is a pattern of behavior, and y'all in the comments, man. I don't think it happened. She lying. Man, all these stories can't be real and seen. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this. Well, guess what? Stop clicking on the fucking stories. You see Diddy's face in the damn story. Stop clicking on it then. Stupid ass. Stop clicking on it. Oh, Lord. Let me read y'all super chats. Hey, girl. Saltwater daughter. Thank you for the super chat. Janet sounds like she is laying up under a Hotep ninja who makes YouTube conspiracy videos. Like, bitches, you fucking Umar Johnson. Lady T, thank you for the super chat. Fee, thank you for the super chat. Kamala is less white than Barack, who has a white mom. We never had this discourse in 2008. It was the opposite. Them trying to prove he wasn't Kenyan. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? I read this one. Thank you, Talia. All right, now what's going on, Sydney? Thank you for the super chat. I have grandparents whose race changed from census to census, from white to mulatto to black in one lifetime. That's why I said I wish everybody calm down and stop with this foolishness. Charlene Hoskins, thank you for the super chat. I'm not listening to any grown woman who still talks in her baby voice. Girl, who talking their baby voice still? Simply Me, thank you for being a member for 18 months. This is so random, but do you think Carisha will talk to Diddy while he's in jail? Yes. I think Carisha's head is gone. And I think Carisha's head has been gone since she was standing there with that stupid fucking sign talking about, hey, Pop, go Poppy, or whatever the fuck the sign said. Her head was gone then, y'all. Gone. Out of there. Okay? Angela, thank you for the super chat, my love. Thank you. I haven't caught a live in months. Sending love. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Hey, DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat. Janet really blew me with her statement, and her fan base were crashing out like Super Mario go-kart by saying she's grieving, despite the fact this interview was done before Tito passed away. Girl, they ain't even go look it up. Simply Me, thank you for another super chat. I agree with Melyssa, but why does she still have issues with how Corinne went about things? I don't understand. I still don't understand that, because Corinne is one of the main examples of the girls who had already been brought down to the ground before they even got into the industry, which is why they didn't see anything wrong with what they were doing until they had been discarded and abused to such a crazy extent that you're not gonna feel safe like after all of that shit. Also, Corinne is extremely smart. So there's that. Shout out to Elizabeth Overson. Okay, funny and crazy at the same time. Thank you for the super chat. To deny Dawn, then come ask for help. Girl, Kalina, batshit, girl. Asking us for help about them kids, but you can't tell us about what happened with Diddy, girl. Why you can't call him and ask him for a lawyer since you up here on the internet lying on his behalf? Ain't that crazy? Anyway, Nisha, thank you for the super chat. They say Jan was Puff Dad's bottom bitch. Yeah, I can see that happening. They also said that she might have possibly set the daddy up because he was cheating on her. Girl, who knows? Songbird, thank you for being a member for 17 months. I appreciate you. Micah, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. We still don't know if Diddy's a serial killer yet. That's the only thing we don't know, I guess. But as far as him Assaulting everybody, child. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Erica, what's going on, my girl? You gonna have to go back some, catch this playback, girl. Start this shit over like I be doing when I come in late to yours. So you can hear what we was talking about, girl. Kalina over there asking for people to help her get her kids back. CPS didn't take them, but it sounds like she was out here, living a party life, gave her kids to somebody, and now they won't give her kids back. But she also has a kid she had during the pandemic. Where the fuck is Tony? So many questions. Anyway, y'all, that's my show for today. Thank y'all for coming through. Sad, sad world. All right, y'all. Leave down below in the comments and let me know what you might want to see for the next Now That We're Grown. I haven't been feeling moved to do anything with that. So y'all let me know what y'all got going on in y'all mind, and I'll see if I feel like watching something, because I see people keep asking about another Now That We're Grown, and I am tired of talking about this shit every damn day. So I'm gonna need something to break up this content. I'm gonna do bald. Is it? Because girl. I don't know. Okay, listen. Thank you for the super chat, my love. Hip hop might be wiped out after this Diddy case. I don't think so. I think hip hop is about the music. People are constantly, consistently making music. People are still in hip hop. Like, there are so many people that are probably not involved in any of this shit. And a lot of the people that's involved are probably on their way out anyway. They're probably the people that were popping in the 90s and the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Some of the motherfuckers now, but I'm telling y'all, it's probably a lot of people nowadays that are not necessarily connected to Diddy and this shit, so they can still be in hip hop. Child, J. Cole got a new single coming out, and y'all know we gonna wait for anything Kendrick doing. They not like us. Makai, thank you for the super chat. I gotta catch the playback. Who's Becky after Diddy? What? Or I don't know. Oh, I wonder who's next after Diddy. We're gonna have to see. But y'all, I'll be paying attention to the blogs, and I'll be paying attention to the other content creators, and we'll talk about it. We'll put it all, I find the boyfriend's egg profile. I'll share a DM. All right, hold up. Before I get off here, let me see, girl. You sent it to my DMs already? Let me see. Because y'all know my DMs. Okay, hold up. Okay, no, that's not it. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me go to my general. Did anybody go to my general? No. Mr. Superman not here. Okay. Well, I'll look it up later. We'll talk about it in the next live if we had to, girl. But either way, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.